Hello, we're down here in Hazard, Kentucky. I believe it's Perry County, right? Yes, Perry County. And we're down here in response to the flooding that's happened here. Once in a 1,000-year flood is, I believe, what they've called it. And I've been telling people I hope it's only once in a 1,000 year, not something that I want anyone to ever experience again. And we're just down here helping with the relief effort. And the house that I don't want to say randomly, because I don't believe we were randomly put here. I think God's been working through this the whole time we've been here. But we've been at the Davis's residence. This is Sharon and Leonard, but we call him Buckshot. I think Buckshot's a pretty cool name, so we're going to use that one. But if you guys want to introduce yourselves, maybe say a little bit about who you are and how long you've been here, and just give them a little snapshot of who you guys are.
Okay, I'm Sharon Davis, and we've been married for 48 years. I lived up in the head of a holler, and we moved out and moved to, my dad bought a little Gulf station next door. He lived in the house next door to the Gulf station, so I married the boy next door. So, yeah.
Nice, that worked out.
So we've been married a long time.
Nice.
I'm Buckshot. I've lived here almost all my life. And my parents live here, and I did marry the girl next door. She's been the love of my life, but she's just been great for me.
Awesome. Yeah, we've been here for a day and a half, and you can tell good people when you're around them, and you guys you're good people. Just as we've been driving through, we've been seeing just that the devastation has been. It's hard to explain to people what it really is until you see it. And you can say it, but when you see it, it just really changes everything about the way you view the event. And just a little bit ago, we were kind of talking about what the actual rising of the water was like for you guys. And so maybe you could recount that for the audience here too.
Yeah, it came up really fast. I was actually up on my computer at midnight, and we were getting storm warnings, and the alarms were going off, and so he got back up and we checked our radar, and it was all red and orange and yellow, and so he knew, that we was going to get a bad storm. But we've lived here, like I said, for 48 years, and it's never even remotely been up close to our edge of our yard. Never, ever.
Wow.
And so the lowest part in our yard, he said, keep check on that. So he came out and checked, and I came out at 4 o'clock in the morning with a flashlight. And I looked by the little pine tree here, that was the big pine tree, but and I heard crashing and trees breaking and things, and I looked out, and I had the flashlight knocked out, and there was just a huge white, I don't know what it was. It had to be a trailer or a house or something, and I knew then. It just chills just ran over me, just broke my heart.
It was going down the.
Yes.
Oh my
goodness.
Yes.
And then, because I know he always said, well, if we ever get flooded, the people below us are in trouble.
Yeah,
because we're actually on a high spot, so it was really scary at that time, and. Yeah, because it was just so unexpected. And at that time, we really didn't think, or I didn't think, that it would actually do the damage or do what it did. No way.
Because it had never happened. We had minutes. We didn't have hours. We had minutes to get what we could salvage and we get out of here. And we had minutes.
Did you actually leave the property at some point, or did you stay here? You
had to. Water run. I was getting stuff out of this garage. I had my tool truck, getting air compressors and stuff out, and water run me off.
Really?
And I had to get my dogs out the first thing, and water run me out of that garage, and I was standing in water. And we got everything, the highest place we could find. We was cut off both directions. It was either go up there, if the water got up any higher, I would have had to took the boat and put them on the hillside and watched everything wash off.
Yeah. That was your backup plan. You had your boat ready to go.
I had my boat. I come back down with the boat, down the highway now in a boat, and got all my dogs. They was drowning in the garage because I'd already moved them in there, and took them up there, and then I could salvage what I could, and then I got her and brought her back down here, and then she had to deal with the other animals. And I mean, it was scary. It was a scary time.
Minutes, you said.
Minutes.
So how long until it went back down?
It seemed like forever, but I sat with one of our animals and calmed her down when we couldn't take in the house and everything. So actually, we have permits for a deer. You know, we have a deer, and so I sat with her because she was scared. She was in a panic mode. She was foaming at the mouth and just freaking out. So I had to wade through floodwaters up to my knees, and got her in the barn, which is a little bit higher. But I sat on a 5-gallon bucket for about 5-6 hours with her, calming her down. But
We need to come up probably a couple more feet since that happened.
But it was scary, but I knew that God was in control. I sat there in that barn and I just praised Him for not letting the deer be. So she was calm.
Yeah.
It could have been a lot worse.
And there was a real risk of life to all
Oh
of you.
yeah. And I didn't want to lose her, and then I didn't want to. If it had come up any higher, we would have had to hit the hillside, and we'd have lost everything.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
And so where we're sitting, it was about.
Oh, it's higher than that. It went. Yeah.
He's almost in the school.
Yeah.
Almost so about.
Yeah, it's about 4
to-
foot. Yeah.
That's. I can't
Yeah.
even imagine. Just looking around here, it's hard to imagine even right now. what
Because
that-
to the 2 dogs, we had 3 in the garage because we thought they'd be safe there, and we had 2 out here, 2 German shepherds, and they were on that back step right there, pushing each other off in the water.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
so we got all 5 of them in the garage, and he had to come back and save them all with the boat. So yeah.
And I drove the boat inside the garage, lifted the door and drove the boat inside the garage and put the dogs in it.
Yeah. And so
It's just unreal.
we've heard reports about it all and saw some news about it, and we had connected with an organization that was helping out in the area, and so that's how we kind of came up here. But they just paired us with you guys, which has kind of been just an amazing blessing to be able to help you all, but also to our own crew. And there, like I said, we have a guy in his late 70s all the way down to a kid in his mid-teens, and they've just been seeing what it's really like to be the hands and feet of Jesus. And so just thank you all for being such an amazing people in general,
Well,
and
you-
just loving on us back as we've been here
You
with
guys
you.
were God sent. There's no doubt in my mind.
I-
No doubt. If you obey God and
He'll
do
use
His
you.
will,
Yep.
He will.
Yeah.
He will pay back sevenfold, and He has already with just you guys, just the fellowship and stuff that you
Yeah.
guys have. I really enjoyed yesterday.
We've adopted each other.
Yeah,
That's how we
we're
phrased it.
family now.
Yeah, we're
yeah.
stuck with each other now.
We're
right?
family.
Yeah. So if there was any one thing, any one message that you wanted to put out, the whole idea of why we're doing this is so that I'm afraid the next news cycle will turn and everyone will stop thinking about the flood and it will just become a past thing. But it's going to be months, maybe a year before things are rebuilt the way, even slightly to where they were. And one of the big drives behind this is to keep it in front of people, keep people knowing about it so that they can be helping and know how to help. And if they do want to help, there's an organization called Appalachia Reach Out that you can find online, and also another one called Love Your Neighbor out of Somerset, Kentucky. But if you want to have any contact information with those, you can, whatever media you're watching the video on, you can contact us there. But if there was just one message that you would tell people that maybe they haven't been here, they can't get here, that you'd want them to know about what's happening down here and the recovery efforts, what would that be?
Just people needs everything. People has lost everything that they've had. We have been blessed not to lose everything. We have a structure that we can build back. Material things. We can replace those. But the people they've lost their lives and they're going to have, they just need love and they need support and they need people like you all to just be there for them.
In time of need.
Time
They
of
need you all. In their time of need, they need you all. People like you all.
Manpower.
Manpower.
Yep.
Fellowship.
Yep.
Comfort.
Yeah, not just the work that's getting done,
Yeah.
but the spending time together and
Right.
just pulling a couple minutes aside, or eating lunch together, things like
Right.
that, and just loving on people through
Right.
through some of the toughest times,
You know,
hopefully, that you'll ever encounter.
and give the Lord all the glory for it.
Absolutely, yep. He's the reason we're here and why we're doing what we're doing.
I mean, I feel sorry for people that don't have the Lord in their life.
Right.
Nobody to help them.
Yeah, especially in times like this.
And through this, I hope that people realize that they do need to put God first, and whatever He has in store for us, it's His will. And we're happy with it.
Yeah.
We're good.
What a perspective.
We're good.
Yep, what an amazing perspective on life. Yeah. Any parting words?
No, except I just hate to be on camera.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you sat down with us to talk with us. Thank you for being a gracious host to us as we've been here. And like I said, we're planning on coming back, and I wish we could stay longer this time. But
Yeah. We are family, and we're planning on coming up and visiting your
yeah, you got to
church.
come up and check us out.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
visit
hang
your
out
church.
with us. Yeah.
My
so-
daughter, she lives close to you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
In Buckshot, you can come out to the range there, and we'll do a little shooting out there and see your skills. I've heard tell of them. So, well, thank you all. Yeah, thank you all so much for sitting down and doing this, taking some time out of your
Well,
day.
thank you all for helping us and
Oh,
being
that-
who you are and
it's a-
serving God.
It's a
Y'all
God
been
thing.
comfort to us. Real help.
It's a total God thing. He's been
It
using
turned
us all.
everything around for me when you all came, and I saw what this morning when you told me that the floor was going to be paid for. I just couldn't comprehend. I knew you was tearing it apart, but I thought we were going to have to put it back.
Yeah. That was the amazing thing about that was just a few phone calls and just churches all over responding.
I just thank you so much.
It's way more than just us. But it is happens to be us who are here right now. But the effort behind that was really big, and it was amazing how church was like, yeah, we'll give that. We'll
But
give
anybody that's out there that can help anybody,
Yeah.
like through you guys, like that, whatever. I mean, they just won't ever know until they experience.
Yeah. Any Buckshot? Do you have any parting wisdom for us? Anything at all? You've been hitting us with just wonderful comments this whole time here. Any parting wisdom for us?
All I can say is these people is great. They're family. And anything you can do for them, they can pass it on. So, they've just been great to us. And we appreciate them.
We care about you guys. Thank you so much for sitting down with us. I got to get back to work in there. Those guys are going to get mad at me, right? So thank you so much, and we'll see you again. When we come back down, we'll do another interview. How about that?
That sounds good.
All right, thank
And
you.
hopefully we'll have more, and I can maybe cook for you.
Yeah,
and all that
would
stuff.
be. That sounds wonderful. The
That's
barbecue
what I
was
like
good.
to-
So.
Well, I didn't cook that though.
Yeah,
so.
whoever did, it was real good. Yep. So, if you have any you want to give or help in any way or any other questions, we'll put some fancy stuff in edit. I'll get Dustin to edit some stuff later in there, how you can give and how you can help. But God's good and He's moving and He's working, even in the worst and roughest of times. So, if you can't do anything else, you can pray, and that's good too. So, thank you for watching.